Daybreak.
Good morning and thanks for joining us. It's Tuesday, January 14th. I'm Lauren Barnes.
And I'm Joe Morano, as we have plenty to get to over the course of the next 2 hours. So thank you for starting off the morning with us.
We're starting off the morning with a great cereal debate.
Yeah.
Joe and I are always team Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Yeah,
we're on
so
the same
good,
page
right?
there.
Yeah,
Beth is not so much.
No, I don't like it. I never have. It just...
Are you just not a cinnamon fan?
No, I like cinnamon, but it's just like the texture.
That
and like,
face doesn't look like you like cinnamon.
Yeah, you really. This is the most conversation we've had pre-5 a.m. too, guys.
Yeah.
Usually I'm not too awake until that red light goes on.
Yeah.
That's true.
But cereal gets me moving. All right?
Fired up.
Just Cinnamon Toast. Oh, Raisin Bran too. Not a fan.
Yeah, me.
No.
Yeah. All right. Sound off. Let us know online.
Yeah.
Tell us what
Yeah.
you like, right?
What are we waking up to this morning, Beth?
Here in Springfield, we're waking up to warmer conditions, but there are some places that are waking up to not much because it's very foggy there.
Okay.
So we've got two dense fog advisories to talk about. One, south of I-44, east of Highway 65. This goes until 8 a.m. this morning. Then we've got another one down in north central Arkansas. That one goes until 9 a.m. this morning. Areas are at less than a mile visibility in Branson, Harrison, Mountain Home, and West Plains. Here in Springfield, things should be good to go. Can't see much out of the camera, though. Guess it's not working. It's 41 degrees in Springfield on a south wind at about 8 miles per hour. It's 36 in Branson, 34 in West Plains, 33 in Mountain Home. We're about 15 degrees warmer than we were at this time yesterday here in Springfield. Almost 20 degrees warmer in Joplin. The only road hazard this morning, again, for those of you in that dense fog advisory, is that patchy fog, maybe some foggy windows. You might want to leave a couple extra minutes as you head out the door this morning. By this afternoon and by the time the kids get out of school, temperatures are going to be in the lower 50s, giving it the grade of a C with mostly cloudy skies. Our gradual warming trend continues in tomorrow, but we've got rain chances to talk about and possibly a wintry mix before we get some rain. We'll do that in a few minutes.
Here's some education coverage for you this morning as a new semester has began at Missouri State. KOLR 10's Nigel McDonald visited MSU for an update on its Bear Power program.
The program provides educational opportunities for students with intellectual disabilities. Nigel, what'd you learn?
Well, good morning, Lauren and Joe. I met a student who's starting her third semester at Missouri State thanks to Bear Power. She says this is a milestone she never imagined she could reach.
Classes resume this week for Missouri State students, like Miranda Terrell, who's now in her third semester.
I thought it was going to be hard for first semester, but when I got into college and asking for help, then it was easy for me.
Terrell is a part of MSU's Bear Power program, which works to help students with intellectual disabilities pursue higher education.
I don't have to show anybody that I have a disability or something. I just can sit in class with anybody else, take notes like everybody else, do everything that they do.
Something she says she once thought would never be possible.
My parents actually told me at dinner, and I was so shaken up that there was a program. I was like, yay, and my parents were like, are you nervous? I was like, yes, I'm nervous. So I was excited / nervous.
But despite her nerves, Terrell has transitioned into your typical college student.
If I'm not studying, I'm usually hanging out with my roommates or going after hours and stuff or watching Netflix.
And Terrell hopes to become a preschool teacher once she graduates.
Ever since that I babysit kids always make me happy. And I always had fun. I always make them happy and stuff, and I'm good with kids.
Terrell says,
if anybody tells you you can't do it, you can. And this is a great program for people who have intellectual disabilities. People are supportive, and you can do anything you want to do, no matter what people tell you.
Bear Power's mission is to create opportunities while changing perceptions.
Well, Bear Power is a 2-year, 5-semester inclusive college program. The program's 4 pillars are academic, social, independent living, and job readiness.
Nigel McDonald reporting this morning. In your right to know now, Springfield City Council voted to approve an additional $1.4 million for construction of a liner system at the landfill. We spoke with the superintendent of solid waste to figure out what goes into this. It's something that's done every 3 to 5 years because they're built in sections. When each section gets full with waste, a new section with a new liner is made. It's all compacted clay, thick layers of plastic, and a drainage layer. Eric Roberts tells us that drainage layer is what allows them to take water and liquid that flows to the bottom of the landfill to get treated and then released as clean water.
Our mission here is to provide environmental and economically disposal waste management for the Springfield and the region, so it protects the groundwater, surface water, and air from anything that might be in the landfill, allows us to collect the things that are in the landfill, make sure they are treated and properly taken care of before they're released back into the environment.
There won't be any new taxes as a result of the vote. The construction will actually be paid for by the Enterprise Fund and Solid Waste Program. That also includes fees collected from people bringing waste into the landfill.
After another win from the Kansas City Chiefs, more and more fans are wanting to go to the games, but before you buy your tickets, here's how you can make sure they're legitimate. An investigator at the Better Business Bureau says buying them directly from the venue is the best choice, plus making sure they have a refund policy if for any reason you need your money back. Always use a credit card, and most importantly, don't feel desperate.
It's the first thing, because the scammers are going to play on that. They're going to think you're going to go for something that you haven't thought through completely. So don't feel the need to buy at that particular moment if you haven't done your research.
If the tickets are sold out and you have to get them from a secondary source, the best thing to do is to have the seller meet you at the venue and have a ticket counter clerk check to make sure they're real.
2 people are dead after a crash yesterday in Laclede County. The Highway Patrol says 27-year-old Kenneth Mosier and 26-year-old Brandon Zuber were killed on Highway JJ. That's 2 miles east of Sleeper. Troopers say Mosier's truck crossed the center line and hit Zuber's car head-on. Both were pronounced dead at the scene.
An infamous area in Taney County may become more accessible for the public. Just off J Highway south of Kirbyville is a place called Murder Rocks. It's where a legendary bald knobber named Alf Bolin would hide to steal from and murder people passing by around the Civil War. The Murder Rocks are on private property, but the property owner, Russell Jackson, is talking to county leaders about ways to showcase this dark piece of local history.
We never really glorified it because there was people that lost their lives there, but it is part of history, so we'd like to get it out where people could look at it.
Jackson says he would lease 7 acres of the land to the county for a park if the county would create an access, a parking area, and a trail leading up to the rocks. County leaders are considering Jackson's idea.
In some political coverage for you, the Attorney General announced Missouri's top 10 consumer complaints of last year. The #1 item with 43,000 votes was no call complaints. Those are things like illegal telemarketing and businesses soliciting homes. Also on the list, financial, auto, and real estate disputes. Healthcare billing and identity theft also making the cut, plus almost 1,000 complaints about timeshare companies. The Attorney General says he'll take action against crooked contractors. We've got more details on this list over there on ozarksfirst.com for you.
Coming up this weekend, your pets can get caught up on their vaccinations for a low cost. This Saturday, the Humane Society of Southwest Missouri will get your pets microchipped and vaccinated with low-cost packages for both dogs and cats. The event goes from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. The clinic is taking walk-in appointments only.
And some good news to follow up on for you this morning. Greene County's favorite former canine officer, Lore, went home last night. You'll recall he was admitted to the University of Missouri Vet Hospital last week with pneumonia and required surgery for a tumor. He was only given a 50% chance to live, but he did pull through. His owner, James Craigmile, says there will still be plenty of follow-up appointments and thanked everyone for their love, prayers, and donations to help with the bills there.
Still ahead for you this morning on Daybreak, a security warning for Microsoft users.
We'll explain why you'll want to pay attention to Windows software straight ahead in your Money Watch.
From KOLR 10 Ozarks First, Lauren Barnes, Joe Morano, and weather with meteorologist Elisa Raffa. This is KOLR 10 News Daybreak. Now weather with meteorologist Beth Finello.
We're starting off this morning with a dense fog advisory for areas east of Highway 65 and south of I-44. This goes until 8 a.m. this morning. We've got another dense fog advisory for north central Arkansas. This goes until 9 a.m. this morning. A couple things to remember. Leave extra time this morning and leave extra space between you and the car in front of you. We are at less than a mile visibility in Branson, in Harrison, and down in Mountain Home. We're at about 2-mile visibility in West Plains. Here in Springfield, things are looking clear and good. Right now in the Branson Cam, we could see a little bit more than we could yesterday morning. It's 36 degrees right now. It's 41 in Springfield, 35 in West Plains, 38 up in Rolla, and 40 in Mountain Grove. We're about 15 degrees warmer than we were at this time yesterday in Springfield and in Joplin, and that will be the trend throughout much of the day today. We're starting out with some mostly cloudy skies, and that's what we're going to see throughout much of the day today. We're not expecting any rain, though. Most of that rain is going to stay to our south and east. So here's what we're looking at as our setup. We'll have a front just to our north. That front is not going to do a whole lot. It's going to bring us mostly cloudy skies today. We're going to stay dry. We'll have those morning low clouds and we'll stay mostly cloudy throughout much of the afternoon. Temperatures today will make it into the lower 50s, so we will be warmer than we were yesterday. That's what Futurecast will show you. We're looking at temperatures in the lower 50s. Off to the east, I think temperatures are really going to struggle again today to make it into the 50s, whereas areas off to the west could top off anywhere in the upper 50s and lower 60s. Then through the overnight hours, we'll have temperatures in the upper 40s and lower 50s once again. Maybe a spotty shower or two. We'll make it through the day tomorrow dry, and then a cold front's going to come in, and that's when temperatures are really going to tumble. Here's what our setup looks like. We're kind of in this middle ground where that jet stream or that path of storminess is still cutting the country in half. What that is doing is keeping that cold Arctic air to our north, keeping that warm and humid air to our south. We'll tap into that warm air throughout the day today and through the day tomorrow. Then we're going to start to get a kink in the jet stream starting tomorrow, and that's when that cold front will swing in. We'll stay dry, but it will drop temperatures back into the 20s tomorrow night, making for a cooler day on Thursday with temperatures in the 40s. Then we'll have another kink in the jet stream. That's going to come with some wintry mix for early Friday morning and for some rain chances through the day on Friday. Now, that early wintry mix right now, timing and totals are still something that needs to really be nailed down, but it's looking more likely that we will have some slick spots for Thursday night and into Friday morning. Otherwise, things will warm up through the afternoon on Friday. That will all transition over into a rain, and we could be looking at anywhere between ½ an inch to 1.5 inches. Then temperatures are slowly going to tumble through the day on Saturday. So we are going to continue to ride this temperature roller coaster in the 60s tomorrow, in the 40s on Thursday, in the 50s for Friday. We'll make it to the 50s on Saturday. Then temperatures will tumble throughout much of the day, making for a cold day on Sunday and again on Monday. 53 degrees today, mostly cloudy skies. Will stay mostly cloudy overnight with temperatures dropping into the upper 40s and lower 50s. Patchy fog by morning, much like we will see this morning as you head out the door. 60 degrees tomorrow and warmer. We'll ride the temperature roller coaster through the rest of this week, staying mostly cloudy through the day on Thursday with temperatures in the 40s. Showers are likely on Friday again with some possible wintry mix early in the day, something that will keep you up to date on. Tumbling temperatures through the day on Saturday, and then we're mostly cloudy on Sunday with temperatures in the 30s.
Stocks moved higher to start the week. The Dow rose 83 points. The Nasdaq gained 95, closing at a new high. So did the S&P 500 after rising 22. Investors are optimistic the U.S. and China deal will keep the momentum going this week. On Wednesday, the two sides are set to sign phase 1 of an initial trade agreement. The White House is expected to release full details ahead of the signing. Yesterday, the Treasury Department announced it is dropping its designation of China as a currency manipulator. Oklahoma is bringing 3 new lawsuits against opioid distributors after recent success against other manufacturers. The state is suing Cardinal Health, McKesson, and AmerisourceBergen. The Attorney General says the companies failed to prevent the flood of opioids that saturated the state. All 3 companies defended their practices. Microsoft is ending free security updates for Windows 7. That means users and companies still using the 11-year-old software need to upgrade to Windows 10 or buy a 3-year extended security update. Some older computers still using Windows 7 may not be compatible with newer software. Microsoft will continue giving free security updates to Windows 8 until 2023. And that's your CBS Money Watch report. For more, head to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the New York Stock Exchange, I'm Diane King Hall.
Up next in sports, a little more clarity regarding Missouri State football.
Well, it led up to the parting of ways between the program and Coach Steck when we come back.